They knew that you would be judged, and then you would come back and live another life. That is a part of contemporary African society today. That is why we honor our ancestors. Why? Because they live in us right now. We are the ancestors. So there is a continuum in this knowledge. Unbroken despite slavery. Unbroken despite segregation, Jim Crow. That essence is still in us. And so what I want us to realize is that forget this nonsense about the African people having a preoccupation with death. They had a preoccupation with life. So the question is, where are the books of life? If there were thousands of books of death, there must have been tens of thousands of books of life. Have you all ever seen them? They ever talk about them? They are secreted in private libraries throughout the world. People have been studying this information, trying to decipher the meta-nature, trying to understand the principles so that they can hold on to power as long as they can. And so what I want us to realize, that the teachings of Ma'at and Jehuti were the cornerstone of this knowledge system. So let's look at these two principles. Specifically, principles associated with Jehuti were given to us by Professor George G. M. James in his book, The Stolen Legacy, as the 10 virtues, the prerequisites for moral development. 10 virtues are control of thought, control of action, steadfastness, identity with the higher ideals, evidence of a mission, evidence of a call to spiritual order, freedom from resentment, confidence in the power of the master, the teacher, confidence in your own abilities, and then preparation for initiation. And of these 10 virtues, the first 3 are the most significant to me. Control of thought, control of action, and steadfastness. Everything begins with thought. Everything begins with thought. All of your actions are a direct result of how you think. So, as gosh, I'm blanking on my brother's name. Give me a minute. Carter G. Woodson said, if you control a person's thinking, what? You don't have to worry about their actions. You don't have to tell them where to go. You don't have to tell them to buy a 40 or smoke blunts, because their thoughts are going to pre-program them to engage in self-destructive behavior, so they will be no good to themselves or their community. So control of thought is the first thing, because your thought determines your actions. If you are thinking correctly, you will do correct things. The third point is steadfastness. So if you're thinking right and doing right, keep doing that. Maintain that steadfast relationship. And as you continue to do that over a period of months, your consciousness will begin to elevate itself, and you will begin to experience, you will begin to identify with higher ideals. This stuff that you see on television doesn't interest you anymore. The folks that you used to hang out with, party with, they don't interest you anymore, because you now have higher ideals. You now see the world, you now see your life differently. And as you allow yourself to cultivate these higher ideals, you begin to experience evidence of a mission. Your purpose in life. Every person was born to do something better than any person on this earth. So our thoughts were designed to lead us in that direction so that we can find our mission in life. is not a Kemetic word. Pharaoh is a word that was introduced to the world by Asiatics, the so-called Hyksos, or shepherd kings, who had invaded Kemet, one of the first invaders of Kemet. And they used that word Pharaoh to describe the rulers of Kemet. Anybody who has any knowledge of history should know that that is an illegitimate word. More specifically, the word Pharaoh is a word that was used to describe the house that the king of Kemet lived in. See, the king of Kemet lived in a palace which was called Her-Ah, which means the great house. So what these foreigners did was to take that term, great house, and use it to describe the person who lived in the house and resided over the entire country. So that would be the equivalent of a foreigner coming to the United States and referring to the President of the United States as the White House. It is a testimonial to your ignorance. So anytime you hear anybody use the word, oh, wicked Pharaoh, it means that they don't know. And they don't know that they don't know. And they're teaching you knowledge. So we've got to do some research so that we can learn to question. You should learn to question everybody. And there's nothing wrong with questioning people. We live in a society of ideas. We have a marketplace of ideas. And everyone should have the right and the opportunity to present your ideas in the marketplace of the general public. And with questioning, you will find out whether or not your ideas will... See, if you don't do your research, if you believe in things that you don't understand, you what? You suffer. Superstition ain't the place. So we must apply the same principle to the secret. So in order for me to do this, I need 5 folks. We have 5 volunteers. Let's go up. 1, 2, young lady, sister, come on, 3, brother, 4, right here, 5. 5 folks, come up here. And I want you all, what I'm going to do is to allow my 5 people here to represent a timeline, a historical timeline. So I've got these dates. So brother, let me have a little sister here. Sister, I want you to represent the year 0. All right. And I want you to stand right here. Brother, I want you to represent the year 2007, current year. And I want you to stand against that wall right there. Prepare for the chorus. Sister, I want you to represent the year 30 BC. And I want you to stand right here. No, actually, I want you to stand right here, 30 BC. Brother, I want you to represent 332 BC. I want you to stand right here. And sister, I want you to represent 3000 BC. I want you to stand, go outside the building. All the way over here. So this is our timeline. And so I want to do an analysis of the secret based upon this timeline. And I want these people to be our reference point. Now, Kemet was fully developed